So this is me jumping on the late train once again. I just finished Queen of Shadows and I wanted to do a little review chat about it. Queen of Shadows is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. In my opinion, this was arguably the best book. Firstly, I'm going to do just like a non-spoiler... what? A non-spoilery part. Spoilery. More difficult than you'd think to say. Then I'm just gonna do like a quick chat after. The book begins with Aelin, previously known as Selena, coming back from Wendlin, which is where she met Rowan in the last book. She's come back a new woman. She's in touch with her fae powers thanks to Dreamboat Rowan, and yeah, she comes back a different woman. She comes back Aelin Galathynius. Now, I can't really say much more without it being spoilery, so I'd suggest go and read the book and then come back and listen to me talk. So, Aelin, Selena, is back, and although she's different, she is very similar to her previous assassin self, Selena. She is getting into everything, she's very stubborn, doesn't listen to anybody the way she should be, obviously, she's an independent woman. And we see that when she first meets Kale again, when he's having a meeting with Arabin. She can't obviously believe that he's meeting with Arabin after she explained to him, you know, how manipulative and evil Arabin is. And I guess that just adds to hers and Kale's relationship, the demise of it even more, I suppose, but she'd already made up her mind obviously as she went to Wendlin. I did wonder if she would forgive Kale, because I think everybody kind of really shipped Kale and Selena, because obviously the thing with Dorian didn't work out, so it just seemed Kale was the right answer, but I guess she's been betrayed too many times in her life that she's become quite, you know, unforgiving. So Kale and Selena, or Aelin, is kaput. Gone. But worry not, because where one love interest leaves, another joins. Enter Rowan. Now, I'm not sure if anybody even saw this coming. I think I kind of wanted it a little bit in Air of Fire. I just don't remember what the names are to each book. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. So Air of Fire, I kind of wanted, and I could kind of see that love-hate relationship turning into, you know, more than love-hate, more just like love. But when she left at the end, I thought she's going back to Rifthold now, where all of her, you know, her past is, so it doesn't seem likely. But then, who turns up on Rifthold shores? Rowan. I mean, Kale and Dorian, they're just humans, but they can't compete with a fae prince. I don't blame Aelin for falling for his mysterious Edward Cullen-esque type personality, because that's what it is. He's kind of like Edward Cullen, isn't he? And everyone likes Edward Cullen, so we see Aelin completely letting down her guard when she, you know, he arrives, because she's been all defensive again around Kale. We start to see her feelings for him, and I just remember reading that and then thinking, I hope it goes to Rowan's perspective, and we would read that he felt the same, but I wasn't really expecting it. I was hoping it, and then I turn a few pages and he feels arguably stronger about Aelin than she does about him. You know, she's quite a wonderful woman, to be honest. She can, you know, balance all of these men in her life whilst also searching for the word keys and killing an average of, you know, 10 people a week. You know, it's just, she's pretty crazy. We go through the book with this tension building up between Aelin and Rowan. That's what I'm waiting for in the next book. Let's just read more about the relationship between Aelin and Rowan, please. Give me info. Other than the love story between Rowan and Aelin, the main part of the book was sort of introducing these new characters, Aylin's court, as you will. So we've got Adion, who is her cousin. We like Adion. He's kind of like a little dog following Aylin around. And we have Lysandra. It was definitely one of my favourite parts of the book, seeing Aylin with a new female friend instead of all these males she's constantly surrounded by. And yeah, it kind of brought back some sad feelings about Nehemia all those books ago. But I think it's definitely good for Aylin, seeing as she doesn't have a sister or a mother figure or anything like that. It's nice for her to have another female around, I think. I think it definitely softens her. And also the fact that Lysandra is a shifter is really cool. My camera just turned off. So, continuing, the stories began interlocking, intertwining should I say actually, and I realised I'd better actually find out what this whole witch business is about. And so I basically read all of the witches, Blackbeak, Manon chapters one after another. I just searched through the book and found out I was pleasantly surprised of how entertaining they were and how much I've grown to like Manon, but quite disappointed that they were working with Perrington, or whatever he's called, Duke Perrington. Can we talk about Caltaine? The fact that Valg King Erewhon has taken complete control of Caltaine because she has magic, I guess. And that fire that she has, I don't really understand that entirely. Is that just a form of magic that she has, kind of similar to Aylin with the whole fire thing, or I don't really know. But clearly she has some sort of magic. I think it was quite a sad story about Caltaine because she'd obviously been abused, and I know she was a bit of a bitch in Throne of Glass, but you know, it's not a very nice way for her to go out, was it? Blowing herself up and then leaving that stone and a message for Elide to give to Aylin. And yeah, Caltaine didn't know that Selena was actually Aylin, who Elide is looking for. This is going to be good when everyone meets up. Lastly, I'd just like to go over the whole Dorian part of the story, and also I guess his dad, the king. So these collars, these black collars that Dorian and Caltaine and his dad, it turns out, are wearing, I think, or he's wearing a ring or something. He's being controlled, the king was in some way. They actually ended up playing a massive role in the book, because not only had they been controlling Dorian, they had also been controlling Duke Perrington and the king of Adelan, Dorian's father. A part of me thinks that Dorian should have left his father alive, as Aylin was saying, you know, or thinking to herself, there was so much that they could have asked him, and it really could have sort of progressed and made, you know, helped them. But I guess Dorian had been through enough and hated his father in whichever body he took. So the end of this book was definitely the most epic ending, I think, there has been out of all the books. I mean, again, I haven't read Empire of Storms yet, so who knows, but this one was pretty cool, with the whole, like, the glass castle, part of the castle shattering, and the whole not knowing if Kale was dead. I thought he was dead. The way that it was written, 100%, when it was just like, said something like he felt peaceful in the blue light or something like that, I was like, he's gone. She's written him out perfectly. It's done. He's dead. And then, of course, he is not. He's alive. I wonder if that was the right thing to do, but I guess the other books will tell. Maybe Kale will still play a key part in the stories. We don't know. To be honest, it does sort of feel like I've been reading two completely different stories, because not only do we have this Selena versus Aylin, but we also have completely different character focuses. So in the first two books, the focus is completely on Selena and Kale and Dorian, whereas in the third and fourth books, the focus is completely on Aylin, Rowan, Adion and Lysandra. I have to admit, the last few paragraphs I welled up. I was so happy that Aylin got to go back to Terracen. When they were describing how beautiful Terracen sounded, I wanted to go with them. Honestly, this line, the last line, killed me. And at long last, Aylin Ashriva Galathinius was home. She's home. Honestly, I feel a lot emotional again. That was me going on about random things. These talks are not structured. I'm going to be finished with this pretty soon. And so I'm definitely going to do a review of that one too. Like, maybe I want to give this like stars. So I'm gonna say out of 10 stars, I can't do 5, 10 stars, I give this a strong 8, I think. Tipping on a 9. This was a good book. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.